crazy times indeed, and we had decided to keep mementos of our little and bloody hobby. Death had always been an unstable mistress, but that lady sure knew how to take a picture. Now, with the advent of the new technology, we were able to capture those special moments easier than ever before. Video was cheap, and death always seemed to be just around the corner. Let the fun begin.
Hey, buddy! Come on, come on! Come on! Please don't kill me!
First of all, you want to avoid residential areas. Residential areas mean, well, residential areas
check
mean...
this one out.
No, this is a bad idea. I said residential areas are bad. First of all, you have windows. Windows mean witnesses.
It'll take me 30 seconds.
No. Aren't you listening to a word I said?
Look, we're partners here, Max. You're not my boss. I'm making an executive decision.
This is a bad idea. Oh, Jesus Christ. This idiot. Not listen to a word I said. Happy dumbass.
I don't want to hear it, okay?
Now let me show you the real way to get somebody.
Thought it was all a bum rap till my man went viral and started carving up bitches. He was like a big brother and shit. Taught me things, how to survive, out on the streets.
The killing of human beings wasn't all that easy a transition from killing cats for Rupert. Now, Max seemed to be much more at ease with mass slaughter from the very beginning of his descent into murder and insanity, but no, the early taking of a human life for Rupert, that was out of necessity. And in fact, was documented by Max Holden. You know, I think it was this first time, and maybe only this first time, that Donnelly actually felt a modicum of remorse when he dealt the death blow. And afterwards, after the experience began to sink in, Donnelly found that he had liked the experience and that it was one that he would replicate many times over. You know, in the minds of these two deviants, perhaps they were creating great art. It was on his confinement to the psychiatric ward of prison that Donnelly first came face to face with his evil counterpart and future mentor, Max Holden.
Watch out, put your way there. You see that?
I'm sorry?
The detention at the prison facility only seemed to have exacerbated old nightmares and given birth to new ones.
Yeah. I was the guy who helped those psychos escape from the big house. I just started working for the prison and was duped by Holden. It was my first day. When Holden walks out in the guard uniform and starts dishing out orders. Shut down the prison. Secure the prisoners. Me being a rookie, I just jumped at his command like a little puppy dog.
That son of a bitch Holden. He got us all stirred up. Told us we were going to skate right out of the slammer. Knocked out a guard and stole his uniform. Imagine that. He stole his uniform.
Donnelly! Just stay away from me! Get away from me!
The fear was inescapable. And it seems it was a catalyst that led the young sociopath to form a bond with Max Holden. Because Donnelly was now viewing Holden as a teacher and a guide away from the terror that had plagued him for years.
You ain't going nowhere, pretty boy.
First he has to go take care of these guys that messed up his boy Donnelly.
Many seem to know his violence against the cat population. And then he found himself at the mercy of the gang of PETA thugs.
You're gonna need all your strength for this long night you're gonna have. Get off of me! Get off of me!
It was from Max Holden that he learned that giving that fear to others was a form of release. And that by watching the terror that he had experienced so many years
Leave me alone.
in the faces of his victims as he killed them, offered some kind of alleviation. Of the personal guilt that he felt inside.
Holden orders us to take this poor guy by the name of Ernst Timlin out of stir and beat the shit out of him. It didn't feel right, yet it felt so good. And hell, I was just following orders. But I realize now that Holden really had it in for this guy.
He takes a bunch of us with him. I'm going to eat shit on a guy in C block that I don't even know. These guys created chaos throughout the prison.
He's just inciting all the inmates, all thinking that Holden's going to take him for a joyride out of this place. You know, it gets to a point where the whole prison is rioting, and that's when I almost bought the farm.
before they could call in the National Guard. Donnelly and Holden head for parts unknown.
Unbeknownst to me, Holden uses the distraction to skate the other scumbag Donnelly and himself out the door.
Holden parades Donnelly right past security like he's a prisoner. Before he leaves, he strangles me out, leaves me for dead.
Both men seemed to have a strong sexual drive that took their libido in strange directions. We found copious evidence of such deviations from the norm as transvestitism, S&M, D&D. Oh.
Rupert began to gravitate towards older women. Anything with baggy pants and support stockings.
I never touched a little freak. Why are you saying those things? I never did. To be honest, the little freak couldn't keep his hands off me. I told him to get away from me, but he wouldn't move.
It was necrophilia that most captured the public's attention.
Saw some of those girls that dude Holden was fucking. Not bad for the most part. Some of those girls I couldn't pop a boner with a pulse running through their dead-ass pussies. Don't get me wrong, I saw the benefit of not having to struggle or tie them down. Where does that get you? More scratches? More claw marks? What can I say? More infections.
I laid there and held her for the longest time, but I knew she was dead. So that maybe holding her would somehow bring her back to life or something.
You see, part-time I would get some extra cash guarding a cemetery. Now, whoever think you would have to guard a cemetery? Later, when everybody was talking about the dude Holden doing the nasty with the dead bitches, they didn't even know about Rupert doing the same shit with the dead bitches.
It was here, in the dark of night, that the deviant, psychosexual loon committed unspeakable acts. Death was all around him, and yes, he seemed to be most comfortable in these surroundings.
She felt warm. I guess I took advantage.
Shit, I get lonely too, but damn, if I get that lonely, I can always go to my internet porn stash or, you know, my Rosy Palms for companionships if you get my drift.
Maybe it was wrong. Maybe I could at least talk to her once before, you know.
I don't know why I did it. I don't know why I did that. I just held her. Wish that she would get better.
I was working at the cemetery with Rupert Donnelly when a lot of this crazy shit started going down. Actually, I was the first one to see him banging a corpse on a tombstone.
We're just laying there right in her casket. all the sand and everything. I just started undressing him. That's what love will do to you. I gotta go.
You're telling me that little bastard is two-timing me with some dead bitch?
We had this machine that digged up the graves. And now, I'm not sure like Holmes or anything, but I realized the machine wasn't there anymore. Rupert Donnelly was using this machine to dig up his Saturday night dates. Fucking crazy motherfucker.
PM, shoulder, you on the skin. She's so soft all over.
Telling her how beautiful she was, kissing her tits, stroking her hair. Crazy shit, right?
She smells so pretty. I made love to her.
Do you have to spray down your junk after you've banged dead chicks? Lysol or some shit? That's the last thing I need, you know? A crotch virus over the STDs I'm already sporting. Just hope I don't have that feline leukemia thing.
Finally, I had to close the casket and all.
Hey, I didn't want to rain on this guy's parade, but what the fuck? There's zero tolerance for fucking up the tombstones and fucking our clientele.
Max, he was on edge all the time. You never knew what he was gonna do.
What are you doing here? Huh? What are you doing? I'm collecting. Collecting? For the paper. Fuck out. Get out. Move it!
He was going off the deep end. We knew that he had snapped. When he tried to throw the neighbor's kid off the rooftop for just pissing in the flower bed.
Look, punks! I'm not a bastard!
Help! Please! Please don't throw me off the roof! Please!
This will teach you to piss on my flower bed, you little punk!
We knew that he had snapped, and he wasn't coming back.